Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hate Napkin. Where is everybody? Okay, folks. Well, our co-host Garrett isn't here. What a surprise! Oh, look, it's Carla from Burnt Corn.
Alabama.
Oh my God! Jeez. Always.
It took me a second to remember.
Okay. All right. So here's the game we're gonna play. It's called "What Do You Hate More?" What do you hate more? Come on, Pauly. We need your attention. You are a participant on this game show.
I'm ready.
Carla's ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. What do you hate more? Golden Corral or the Kardashians plus Kanye West? What do you hate more? Golden Corral, buffet, or the Kardashians plus Kanye West?
Kardashians, easy.
Yeah, I feel like I could
Kanye
find
just
something
makes it easier.
Yeah,
I feel like
plus
I could
Kanye.
find something I like on the Golden Corral buffet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, both. The reason I picked those two is they're both about excess and glut, right? I mean, if you the problem I have with Golden Corral is you go in there and it's like everybody that was ever on the like what do you see in Walmart meme? They're at the buffet.
Well, I don't
But
think I've
even-
ever been to a Golden Corral, so I actually maybe can't answer this question.
So just imagine every fat person you've ever known in a tube top.
Excuse me.
Are you in a tube top?
You don't know what's on under here.
Every fat person you know in a tube top.
I picture you two all the time like that.
Okay, standing there with a plate filled with overdone fried chicken, a heaping globule of chocolate pudding, and like a piece of lettuce. Then heading over to the table and then going back 10 times more.
Okay, the piece of lettuce sounds nice. Kardashians not really interested.
No, never have I ever watched an episode of the Kardashians. How about you guys? Be honest.
Oh, I have.
You have. Tell us about it.
I had to see what the fuss was all about. And 5 minutes later, I just found it all so stupid about a bunch of people being famous for being famous. A mother who her whole job is to keep them in the spotlight. So all of their bad behaviors are rewarded.
I don't know. This kind of sounds like Golden Corral. To me, it's a toss-up.
It
Although
is-
you're right. At
It
least
is kind of the Golden Corral of reality TV.
right. At least you can get lettuce at the Golden Corral.
So, back when reality TV was starting, when I was a kid, so it was like Real World or some kind of the first reality TV shows.
MTV. That was on MTV, right?
Well, we never had cable, so it was like the first reality TV shows on like network TV. When my older brothers caught me watching something like that, they would sit me down and say, okay, now you have to watch an hour of PBS. And they would like make me watch like PBS for like an hour. And they're like, an hour of PBS will cancel out the 15 minutes of that, like, of the, whatever, like this shitty Roseanne sitcom you were watching for 15 minutes or whatever it was. And they'd be like, all right, since we caught you watching some Roseanne, you must now watch PBS for an hour.
Julia Child.
Right.
Or Bob Ross. That's not
But
a bad way to do that.
I really
That
feel
was a
great.
good
I feel
choice.
great. I feel grateful for having like great older brothers that made like, I do believe that built character. Versus, I guess no one stopped you from watching that stuff, huh, Arik?
Oh no, I got beaten to death for watching the Transformers once. Yeah, because my parents they sat me down and they opened the Bible to the book of Isaiah and showed how the book of Isaiah prophesied Transformers. So I got severely spanked. for
I
watching-
was hoping you made all that up.
No, I didn't. And I was like, but Mom and Dad, they're Autobots. They're the good ones.
I feel really old.
I'm like, Isaiah might have predicted the Decepticon. I also, I mean, I had like 60 Transformer toys. I came home, they were all gone. And the Bible was open on my bed to Isaiah. It's something like, the verse is something like, and they had the appearance of locusts, but they were blah, blah, blah. I was like, honest, really? I'm like 11 years old. I'm like, really? You think that foresees Transformer, that foresees, foretells Hasbro and Transformers? Right. Okay. Anyway, where were we? Lima bean juice versus childhood leukemia.
I like Transformers versus the Bible better. So I can relate more to that one.
Fair enough.
Come on, lima bean juice versus childhood leukemia.
What do I like better
What do you
or hate more?
Hate more. Or like better, I guess.
Well, I guess I should say childhood leukemia. Otherwise, I sound like a monster.
Oh no, I like that better.
Although the only other thing that would be worse would be kids with leukemia having to drink lima bean juice.
That's worse than the orphanage where the children didn't talk anymore because nobody picked them up.
There you go.
Here's the thing. I'm all for childhood leukemia because the things that everyday people are doing, from whatever, carrying their groceries in plastic bags or getting straws with their plastic cup from the plastic cafe. I mean, children should not be born at this point because they're either going to get shot at school or they're going to die like the dolphins from like ingesting plastic or something. So just, yeah, I think it's better. Dead children it's better than lima bean juice because the horror that they would have to face 20 years from now, or when they're never going to make it to our age. They're just
when the planet's on fire.
They're going to be sucking carbon monoxide. Leukemia is the best thing we could give them at this point because the companies aren't going to stop producing plastics. They're not going to do anything to stop global warming. They're going to do nothing to stop gun violence. Leukemia is their best bet at this point, baby. Give me leukemia. If I have a child, I hope it has leukemia and dies at 6 months. That's its best bet at this point.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Hate Napkin is brought to you by today's daily affirmation. To make you feel better about life and yourself, because you're good enough, you're smart enough, and doggone it, people like you.
Well, I think you have a point because 20 years in the future, the only thing left to eat will be Soylent Green soaked in lima bean juice. All right, next. Bananas. What do you hate more? Bananas with 1 day of shelf life left versus Walmart Cameltoe. Bananas with 1 day of edibility, shelf life left, or Walmart Cameltoe.
Now, I like bananas with 1 day of shelf life left because I make them into banana bread.
Ooh.
I can't think of any useful upside to Walmart Cameltoe.
Well, there might be enough yeast in there to make bread if you really get a closer look.
No, here's the thing. You never use yeast as leavening in banana bread. You use baking powder or baking soda. So let's just leave her yeast infection out of it.
Although I'm thinking that there's probably some sort of Gwyneth Paltrow banana bread special that we can concoct with her vaginal yeast.
Well, again, baking soda is good for all of this stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, you put a little up in there, takes care of the yeast, right? Either that or you start growing bread out your twat.
Next. What's the next one?
One more to go. Okay, what do you hate more? Pauly's. I think Pauly headed off to the local Bali Sam's Club to try it out.
I doubt that.
Sorry, I needed to top this off with a little water here.
Right, water. All right, last one. What do you hate more? Anti-vax Eric Clapton or flat earthers? Anti-vax Eric Clapton or flat earthers? Yes.
Well, I was gonna say Eric Clapton because he at least he has something to offer in some good music, and there's a benefit we don't have to listen to Eric Clapton's other bullshits, but he
No, this
has
is
some nice
anti-vax
music.
Eric Clapton because he's done doing music. He doesn't do music anymore. He just goes off. He's just all he does is talk about anti-vaccination.
I don't know. Flat earthers give you something to laugh at. They have a purpose.
I don't want to pick. I think they both should die of leukemia.
Or they should be shoved up a Walmart Cameltoe. There's plenty of space in there, I hear. All right, so folks, that was the premiere of our new game. What do you hate more? Does anybody, by the way, you can send us
that a lot.
You can send us your ideas for what do you hate more to info@thehatenapkin.com. That's info@thehatenapkin.com. Does anybody have anything for the actual hate napkin?
Yes. Customers, when you work in a specialty industry, and I think it's obvious to anybody who's ever listened, I probably don't work for Dairy Queen.
Revelation.
Customers who think that they know more about what it is you do than you do. And they accuse you of using substandard materials in order to provide the service. Literally, I had a woman call me like 11 times on Friday night while I was trying to get some rest.
11 times?
11 times she called me, convinced that the men used rusty metal components in this project. And I looked at it and I said, ma'am, it's chalk. They snapped a chalk line. It's chalk. Nope. No. It's rust. I know that you're trying to steal from me. You're all crooked. So yesterday, it was me, the owner of the company, and the entire crew that did the project. They had to take a dry rag, wipe the metal components, and all of the chalk came off. He brought his chalk line in. I held my hand out. He snapped it, and the color matched perfectly. My hand and what was on the metal components. And she wasted 5 people's time. We had to drive an hour to get to her house, an hour back, plus the time that we were there. So roughly 15 hours to wash the chalk off.
This is unbelievable. And it transfers to every job.
It does transfer to every job.
It does.
I drive for Uber at night. Not a night goes by that somebody says, don't go that way, go this way. And I'm like, I know the streets of my metro area like the back of my hand. I'm like, no, that way actually will take longer, twice as much time. In fact, no, that's the way to go. I'm like, okay, now I already know I'm going to get a negative rating for doing the right thing. I can either take twice as much time and get lost and end up in some dead end just to make them happy, in which case they'll come up with another excuse why it didn't work. Or I can just follow the GPS route in front of me, which for the most part is accurate. But I mean, if I want to take a shortcut, I know shortcuts around town. It's amazing how these people, by the way, you don't own a car apparently. You need me. You don't have a way to get around. You don't drive. You are not an expert on short anythings other than shortcomings. So yeah, it boggles my mind. Every night somebody knows how to do my job, but occasionally we'll like a couple in the car and the wife will say, honey, I think he's been doing this for a while. Why don't we just let him do it? And I'm just like, a champion! I have a champion! A backseat champion!
So this happened recently with my teaching. I had taught this little girl a couple times, always 5-star ratings. And one day she was just all over the place and I just let her go where she wanted to go. And I let her go a little nuts. And then rating system, instead of like feedback, like don't go over class time, I did like twice the class time because I knew we were all over the place. So I was giving them an extra, whatever, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, no big deal. But I covered the material and she learned the continents and the seas and all this other stuff. So let me just share. I just want to share my response to one of her 5-star ratings instead of responding to the only non-5-star rating I've ever gotten. Here's my feedback to Lily.
Inspiring to get positive feedback as a teacher when there are so many other professions one could pursue. I continue to give to a thankless profession, one that has degraded into a gig economy and lowly rating systems fit for fast food restaurants or factory suppliers of O-rings for toilet seats.
Toilet seals, but yes.
Oh, seals.
I gotta give you props for that.
Toilet seals.
Well, and it's just kind of a like, yeah, I don't need to be doing this. I have private lessons. I don't need you taking, or that company taking percentage and having it affect my reputation.
It seems to be endless that, you know, whatever a person does, somebody comes along and seems, you know, they're the expert, right? Well, if you're the expert, then why aren't you fucking doing it? But I would like to know how that rolls over into other professions, like say prostitution.
You really?
I think they usually get immediate feedback if they're not doing it.
I'd like to see the guy go, no, that's not how you do it.
Really, what's the one profession that has escaped this stupid rating system that everyone's doing as if,
right,
you know,
right? Like there's no Yelp version of for hookers. Like, she could suck the peanut butter out of a dog. I loved her. 5 stars.
In fact, she did.
I just looked at one of my customer ratings yesterday. They said that we had prompt service, excellent customer service, everything else. He gave me a 1-star rating. And then his wife got on there and gave me another 1-star rating, bitching about something that never happened. So I have all of these 4 and 5-star ratings and 2 1-star ratings out of the same household.
Well, and I pick up a lot of drunks. So my rating it's out of, if you don't drive for Uber or use Uber, 5 stars is as high as you get. My rating's kind of low. It's 4.86. That's because I pick up every night. I drive late nights, 10 to 3 a.m. I pick up probably 2 belligerent drunks a night. And if I haven't tossed them out before they get in the car, at some point along the way, they do something so stupid that I either have to like treat them like a 3-year-old and tell them to shut the fuck up, or they're going to spend the night in the drunk tank. And all I got to do is push the blue button to get the something happens where invariably they go, oh, I'm going to give you 0 stars because you got me her safe, but you told me that I couldn't pee in your back seat. So, I mean, if I drove daytime only, I'd have a 5, but invariably some asshole gives me a 0 stars because they're drunk. You know, you should not, okay, for all the companies out there, and there's zillions of them doing rating systems right now, you should not be allowed to give a rating if you are stoned, drunk, or, you know, otherwise incapacitated from pharmaceuticals. But there's no way to prevent that.
No,
I assume Pauly's about to
during that whole story, I was wondering where this went, and it was in my pocket the whole time.
Pauly is just for those.
I almost gave you a 1-star review for that story because I couldn't find this.
I went over to YouTube so you can see Paul drinking copiously from the flask, and he's probably going to hop on Spotify right now and give us a 1 star, and he's part of the show. All right, I've got one. GoFundMe. I am so fucking sick and tired of GoFundMe. Not only did GoFundMe recently cost me my job, we've talked about foreign call centers. So let me just quick and to the point. I raised $10,000 for this person who was apparently in need, but this person, not understanding the concepts of business days, demanded that I give them all of the money immediately on a Saturday. And I tried to explain how 2 to 3 business days work, that the money couldn't be given to them till Thursday. So what they did was they called the local network news, my employer, and the police. not a problem for me to defend myself. Plenty of paperwork and paper trail to follow, but other than losing my job, that's just because Richland Library. You know what? I'm going to go on Google and give them 1 star for firing an employee while on FMLA and disability. But anyways, the woman pissed me off so much that I canceled the campaign. I returned all $10,000, every penny to every donor, right? But trying to get there with GoFundMe, okay, we've complained about foreign call centers on this show before. GoFundMe is a foreign call center, email only operated company. It's not just that it's somebody who doesn't speak English, they don't type English, and there's nobody to talk to. You can only email them. And every 30 minutes, your ticket is handed off to another Bashir or Bakar or Patel. And every 30 minutes, you get a new person who doesn't know anything about the thread of conversation that's transpired to date. And it took me 2 weeks to get money back to people because Prakash and Patel and Bernard and all of these other people, at least they don't even, they don't pretend to be Melanie and Jeremy and Scott, but clearly they can't type English well. Everybody's new to the show every 30 minutes. Listen, if at this point there was a GoFundMe to get Christ off the cross, I'd just be like, nope. I don't care. Let them hang there.
Dude, sucks to be you.
Exactly. I am not donating. GoFundMe, folks, is the suckiest, most goddamn disorganized foobar organization in the history of the. This is supposed to be an organization dedicated to helping people in need. Unless you happen to be one of the people operating one of the fundraisers, then fuck you. Talk to Patel. And I'm sorry, I'm tired of foreign call centers, period. End of story. I'm tired of trying to explain a complex situation to somebody that barely speaks my own language with chickens clucking in the background. I just, excuse me, Melanie, can you turn off the chickens, please?
Melanie?
Yeah. Yeah. Melanie from Bhutan. That's the name of the chickens. Jesus Christ. I hate fucking GoFundMe. I will never, ever contribute another penny to that lousy, fucked up organization. There, I feel better. That's what the Hate Napkin's all about. I feel purged.
Well, as someone who donated to that fundraiser, I will tell you that my email communications with them were somewhat similar, and they were in some language, but that mimicked English, but I don't know that they were English because there was never an actual sentence uttered. And trying to get them to focus and pay attention is somewhat like what I'm doing right now.
I was just going to say, head on over to YouTube, folks, to get an analogy of what Carla's talking about.
As I hold this 9-week-old Basset Hound puppy.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Arik. But
whose
okay.
life mission is to chew everything in sight and bark at everything in the world, including his own poop.
You know what? I would caution you right there, because you're probably giving CEOs across the world an idea. Why do we need to pay humans when we could have call centers operated by dogs? Hey, I'd like, somebody stole my identity. No.
Look.
I'm using my Discover card right now.
Oh, your call times are really good, Fido.
Here, have a
They're hanging up quick.
You can see at the board meeting, boy, have we, bottom line, we have made some serious profits this quarter. All we had to do was buy milk bones.
No, you don't buy milk bones when you can give them the old Roy.
Oh my God. Or
they're twice as cheap.
We could just have call centers operated by orphanages where they don't pick up the kids.
Put the phones in the cradles.
So they have human contact, right? It's compassionate. Sir, we'll wipe out your service fees if you can fly to Bangladesh and hold the babies.
God.
Our world is so far gone at this point. One of the reasons I do this show is because I know that 500 years from now, some of these episodes will be hanging on in the ether, and somebody's going to find them and go, wow, was that place fucked up? But at least they had puppies.
Wow, there's some evidence of Atlantis. Okay, should I give a hate napkin item?
Yes.
I
I
don't know.
mean, when you're done drinking from your flask.
Okay, you didn't like Raised by an iPad, so I won't bring that up again. I'm gonna go with, and I'm surprised it hasn't come up.
Ooh.
But plastic surgery, because I overheard two gals complimenting each other on their plastic surgery while they had about 7 meals in front of them. And I was thinking, this is not going to be their first time having, once they hit, they're like 19 or 20 or 22, they're going to have to like get all kinds of stuff done in the future when their metabolism slows down. But plastic surgery is on there. And I think this kind of goes with, I think I brought up hair dye and I think just any kind of phony, I think any kind of phony,
Sure about that one.
any kind of phony, hiding yourself in any way, I think it goes on the hate napkin.
Hair dye, huh? Okay. Yeah, hair dye.
Well, I'm here to tell you folks, this is all me.
Oh, come on. Those are obviously implants.
No,
I
they're
know.
obviously not.
Implants there somewhere.
Yeah, I was talking about your teeth, not your breasts.
Those aren't
know those
implants, they're
We
dentures.
know those are Alabama. We know those are Alabama.
Good cedar wood dentures
There you go.
in Alabama. No, okay, listen. Here's the thing. Unless your face was torn off by a bear and reattached, plastic surgery has never improved the way any human being looks ever.
Thank you.
Not one time.
Thank you.
When Katie Couric got plastic surgery, instead of just aging naturally, she completely fucking ruined her face and can't do the news anymore. There's no instance where plastic surgery helped you. And even like fake breasts, there's nothing. I mean, they're like raw. It's like having boulders strapped to your chest. There's nothing attractive about them. They're not real. They're so obviously not real. They're just,
Katie Couric is actually a great journalist. Katie Couric is actually a legendary journalist. Did she really do that?
Yeah, she completely ruined her face.
Have you seen Priscilla Presley?
Yeah, you know what?
She looks like the Joker.
There's nothing wrong with aging naturally.
Right.
There's a famous ballet artist in Colombia who I won't name because I think he's a nice person, but he's had plastic surgery so many times. He looks like a crepe paper mask from Mardi Gras. I mean, it's just you're not helping. It's okay to look old. It's okay to wrinkle. Look at me.
Right.
In all fairness, how many women have plastic surgery that their men pay for because these guys are trying to get these women?
Why don't they just fuck a 20-year-old on the side?
Listen, I know a man who is a serial, has to have a woman in every city, and he has paid for plastic surgery for every one of these women.
Oh my
This
God.
sounds like Mephistopheles.
Sick.
This is the devil.
I'm just
this is
saying.
the devil. Look, like I'm saying, listen, I've been with women with breast implants. There's nothing. It's like, why would I want to go to bed with somebody holding, like knocking around bowling balls? It hurts. There's nothing natural about it. Nothing really attractive about it. It's not enjoyable. I mean, when people have it done to their face, I mean, can you name one One time, other than like facial reattachment.
And
One time where it made somebody look
and
better.
honestly, Eric, if I was you with that woman, I would just go home and play with my own natural breasts that are so big and voluptuous.
These are not man boobs. I bench pressed 250 60 times. I got serious pecs. No man boobs here. And arms. Yeah. No. Nice try. I can't play with my pecs. They hurt.
Yeah, mine are
but-
pecs too.
You're both obviously faking it. You both have had work done. It's clear.
Well, okay. One of the three of us has their hair dyed as we speak, and two of the three of us have gray hair. So,
All right. I don't know why you're referring to your balls in the third person.
okay,
But-
you're somewhere between. I can't tell if you're Jack Sparrow today or what, but I like
Well,
the.
all I can say is if I've had work done, I want my fucking money back. Just saying.
Like, you should get hair transplants. I'm like, I don't care that I'm going bald. I'm comfortable with it. I mean, it's kind of that in-between stage where I'm going to be bald in a year or two, but not quite there. But I don't fucking care.
Right.
I don't.
You look
It
like
is what it is.
you look like Einstein without the brains. It's fine.
Oh, did you have plastic work done on your wrist?
No, I'm telling you to wrap it up.
Okay. All right, folks. We played our first ever game of What Do You Hate More? We definitely can't stand it when people feed lima bean juice to children with leukemia. We don't like plastic surgery. Apparently, spunk? We don't like spunk? Is this charades? Sounds like spunk.
I just know it's easier to
Send us
distract
the
you.
thing you hate to info@hatenapkin.com.
I
Head
swear
on
my
over to
keys.
Spotify, Anchor FM, YouTube, and all those other jazzy places to listen to us. And we've got oh no. Quickly descend into the anals of hate.